Here we have ACT math question. Okay, let's go with the information. Which of the following statements is true for x if 2 to the power x square negative 2x equals to 2 to the third power? Okay, here we have 5 statements and we have to find the one which is true for x if these two quantities are equal. In simple words, we have to solve this exponential equation for x. Okay, now let me write the given exponential equation as it is. That is 2 to the power x square negative 2x equals to 2 to the third power. So here two terms are equal with the same base 2. So whenever two terms are equal with the same base, what we can do is we can equate the exponents. When I equate the exponents, I am getting x square negative 2x equals to 3. Okay, here when I equate the exponents, I am getting a quadratic equation, but it's not in standard form. So the standard form of a quadratic equation is ax square positive bx positive c equals to 0. That is, we must have everything on the left side and 0 on the right side. But in our equation, we don't have 0 on the right side. Instead of 0, we have number 3. So to get this quadratic equation in standard form, we have to make the right side 0. For that, I have to get rid of this number 3. So I subtract 3 from both sides to get rid of this 3 on the right side. So this 3 negative 3 will cancel out. I'm getting x square negative 2x and negative 3 equals to, on the right side we have 0. Now the quadratic equation is in standard form. I think this quadratic equation can be solved by factoring. So for that, I have to consider the coefficient of x square. So what is the coefficient of x square? The coefficient of x square is nothing but the number we have in front of x square, but we don't find any number in front of x square over here. So we have to assume there is 1 in front of x square. So the coefficient of x square is 1. Now to factor and solve this quadratic equation, I have to multiply the constant term negative 3 by the coefficient of x square 1. When I multiply this negative 3 by 1, I'm getting negative 3. Okay, now I have to get two factors for this negative 3, so that the product of the two factors equals to negative 3, and when I add them, it must be equal to the coefficient of x, that is negative 2. So I think positive 1, negative 3 will work. When I multiply this positive 1 and negative 3, I'm getting negative 3. When I add positive 1 and negative 3, I'm getting negative 2, which is the coefficient of x. So once we get the two factors for the constant of negative 3, so I have to divide both the factors by the coefficient of x square, that is 1. Okay, when I divide this positive 1 by 1, still I'm getting positive 1. And when I divide this negative 3 by 1, still I'm getting negative 3. Okay, once we divide both the factors by the coefficient of x square, what I need to do is to get the two values of x, I have to change the signs of the two factors. So if I change this positive sign to negative sign, the first value we get for x is negative 1. If I change this negative sign as positive, then the second value I'm getting for x is positive 3. Okay, now I got two values for x. One is negative 1 and the other one is positive 3. So I'm not sure whether both the values of x will work with the given equation or not. For that, I have to check the values one by one. So first, I have to plug in x equals to 1 into the given equation over here. So if this equation is satisfied by this value negative 1, so we can accept this value for x. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in x equals to negative 1 into this equation. Okay, let me do it. So 2 to the power negative 1 the whole square negative 2 times negative 1 equals to 2 to the third power. Okay, so let me continue over here. 2 to the power. The evaluation of it, negative 1 the whole square is just 1. Negative times negative will become positive. 2 times 1 is 2 equals to 2 to the third power. So then finally I'm getting 2 to the third power equals to 2 to the third power. So the quantity we have on the left side, the quantity we have on the right side, both of them are equal when I plug in x equals to negative 1. So the value of x, that is negative 1, satisfies the given equation. So the value of x equals to negative 1 can be accepted. So in the same way, we have to verify the second value of x, that is x equals to 3. So for that, I have to plug in x equals to 3 into the given equation. Let me do it. So here for this x, I have to plug in 3, that is 3 square, negative 2 times 3 equals to 2 to the third power. Then we get 2 to the power, the value of 3 square will be 9, negative 2 times 3 is 6 equals to 2 to the third power. So 2 to the power of 9 negative 6 is just 3, 2 equals to 2 to the third power. So the value we have on the left side, the value we have on the right side are equal. So the second value of x, that is x equals to 3 also satisfies this equation. So we can accept both values negative 1 and 3. So the solution for this exponential equation is x equals to negative 1 or 3. So we find x equals to negative 1 or 3 in option C. So the correct answer choice for this question is option C.